Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are well. So, I want to talk about something interesting, and I want to talk about generations. This is going to be a video. Normally, I do like very apolitical types of videos ish. Normally, these are the types. I normally try to make videos on Wednesdays that are more, I'd say, refined, polished, that are a little less ranty, but due to a myriad of different circumstances, I wasn't able to make one this week. So we're going to be supplanting it with something a little bit different. I'll make sure to make something this week, so things are coming through the way they're supposed to. I want to talk about the general title of this. The next generation is going to have no respect for rich people, or something along those lines. I haven't settled on a title yet. The reason I want to talk about this is because I wanted to. It's this, it's the missing Titanic tourist sub, because we have got some details that have come out about this. There's a CBS piece that was where the reporter was listing down that you by signing this piece of paper, you understand that that you are entering a sub that is built with not following regulations, and that you waive all subdivisions of and are putting yourself at risk of emotional, mental duress, and physical harm, and possibly death, and all this type of stuff. They didn't, the people making this, while video game controllers are kind of standard nowadays for military, things like drones, tanks, things of that nature. Reason being, most people today grew up using game controllers. It's similar to how they used to make grenades to be like a baseball, because back in the day most people knew how to throw a baseball, so people would know how to immediately how to throw a grenade. It's that type of thing. And they didn't even use they didn't even splurge on a nice PlayStation or Xbox controller. They just used some off-brand bullshit. Things were, to enter the sub, you have to, you're welded in there. You're riveted in there. I mean to say, you have to say crisscross applesauce for everybody to fit. There's really no way for it. It needs other things to come get it from, submersing and stuff. And it costs $250,000 to be in this thing and go. And why am I talking about all of this? What does this have to relation? Because 3 to 4 of the 5 people who perished, or dead as shit, as it were, because they're not recovering these people alive. One was a wealthy billionaire from Australia. Another was a wealthy billionaire and his son, from his 18-year-old son from Libya, or it was either Libya or Lebanon, regardless. And the last person was the CEO of the company, a multi-billionaire in his own right, who goes apparently on every single voyage. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because fundamentally, at the end of the day, everything about this was stupid. I want to be clear that the death that these individuals have gone through is horrific and terrifying and the stuff of nightmares. H.P. Lovecraft wrote his stories, simulating the feeling this type of death as in physical form. It is terrifying, and I am not taking away from that. But what I am going to say is every single aspect of this is stupid. The people here had no self-preservation whatsoever. They went into a rickety, kit-bashed submarine, and they spent $250,000 to do it. I wouldn't spend $250,000 to go in a real fucking submarine down to visit the Titanic, let alone this dinky-ass thing. And it is things like this. It is things like Elon Musk and his decisions with Twitter, And it is things like, hearing, Jamie Dimon talking to Jon Stewart and how detached he is from reality. It is things like this that are going to teach the next generation who are observing this that rich people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That being rich does not inherently mean you are a smarter person. And, I've got a vibe for years that, like, I was like lied to for years that rich people were smarter. I realized it a few years ago that was bullshit. But like now we're getting verifiable like news stories and historical things, and things that are ingrained in common media and in consciousness, that the next generation is going to, like, they're going to have some rich douchebag that says, I'm a businessman and I could be a good politician to run it. Donald Trump said he was a good businessman and he damn near ran this country into the ground. Like, the fact of the matter is that, people, while the older generations may be under the delusion that because someone's wealthy that they're inherently smart, the next generation is going to realize that intelligence has absolutely nothing to do with how much money you're able to make. Period. And that's just the reality of things. And fundamentally, at the end of the day, I feel like this is a good thing personally. Like, this is, it's not a good thing that these people perish, but like broadly speaking, the fact that the next generation is going to look at these older, millionaires and billionaires and see morons who were born into a wealthy situation in life, or they were very lucky and fell into a lot of money. Very few, there's basically no billionaires that worked hard enough to earn their amount of money. And maybe there's a couple, I guess, that earned it technically, but once you start dissecting a lot of people's like origin stories, you realize, oh, you were already rich, or you just, you hurt a lot of people to get to where you are. In the former case of Jeff Bezos before Amazon, Bill Gates before Microsoft. Regardless, thoughts and prayers for the dumb rich people that went into this kit bashed, water tomb. But at the end of the day, this company has been running missions for about a year now, since 2021, and yeah, it is what it is. I have sympathy for their humanity, but at the end of the day, I hope this is a good lesson for not just the next generation, but for the people that are in charge right now, that just because you have money, it does not make you a smart person. Have a good one, everybody.